Hi YouTube, how are we doing? Week 4 now of my video blog series. Today I want to talk about, well actually firstly you'll notice I'm not actually holding a guitar. Isn't that crazy? This is the first video ever. But I have a good reason today. I want to talk about how to get a gig. Now, assuming that you have an act, you have a show, you have something to perform, something to bring to a venue. This video, but you're not at the point where you're getting gigs or you're trying to get a gig and you're not sure where to start. This video is for you. If you're not in a band and you don't have anything like that, firstly you need to put something together, or you need to join a band. Now, that's probably another discussion. If you do have queries about joining a band, fire away in the comments and I'm sure we can probably help you. But today what I want to talk about is you're ready to gig, how do you do it? So, firstly, what do you need? Well, you need material. You need to have music and you need to have some pictures because, I guess as a species we're very visual. So having something like a Facebook page or a SoundCloud account with just a couple of pictures that might go with some of your tracks will do the job depending on the kind of gig that you're trying to get. If you're a solo act, for example, you can make a recording at home that's of reasonable quality. You could put it over a picture on YouTube, and there you go. You now have a link to send to a booking agent. We'll get to booking agents in a sec. So you don't need to have huge quality, I don't believe, depending on the kind of gigs that you're trying to get, but you need to have something that's a good representation of what you do. And I think having pictures and having an image, maybe defining what it is that you want your band to say from the look, can really help as well. When I was young, I really disliked the idea of image. It was that whole, what's image? But it's actually really important, and the better you take care of the business side of your music, like if you have a sharp image and you've got your ducks in a row, I think you can actually be more free musically and more creative because you're sort of opening doors with said image and whatnot, and then once you're sort of in, you can do your thing, and it's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? A rite of passage when you're getting gigs, I believe. It's almost like a rite of passage, getting the gig and getting your foot in the door of places and in people's minds and hearts, to get a little bit dramatic. And having a good image and all that sort of thing will really help. So once you've got some music, once you've maybe got some pictures and some kind of website, you simply go to the venues that you think your band will suit. You look up their website, you find the details for their booking agent, and you email those things to the booking agent. Keep the email short, okay? They're going to get a lot of emails, these guys. Booking agents are very busy, I think. So keep it short, put a link in there, say really positive things about your band in a real snappy way. Tell them you're going to bring people, show them that you're organised, and that's hopefully going to be a good start. Now, if you don't get an email back, just send an email again. Okay, now let's say you've got a band and you're playing punk music and you're trying to get a gig at the Tote and you're not getting any response, you're not having any luck. Perhaps find another punk band who do have a good following and maybe are getting numbers and are doing gigs. Try and get a gig with them. Again, you need to be positive. You need to be show that you're organised, and even better, if you're trying to network with other bands, go see them play. That means a lot to bands. There's nothing worse than getting an email from a band, from someone who's never been to see you play, and they want to play with your band, and you're sort of thinking, you don't even come and see my band, why would I want your band to do a gig with my band? So these days I'm away from that stuff, but when I was in the Vaudevillains back in sort of 2007, 8, when we were doing quite well, it was awesome. We started out 2 years before as a band, emailing and trying to get gigs, and then we became a band. People were getting emails all the time, can you do this gig, or can we play this gig with you, and etc. And that was really, really cool. But the process I'm telling you now was the process that we went through of having the material, contacting the venues, getting gigs through other bands, going to see other bands, making friends with them, doing gigs with them, putting in the effort to bring people, and so this is what it's sort of all about. Now, if you're a solo performer and perhaps you offer something different, something that I've done, which I'm kind of giving away a big secret here, I actually contacted venues that don't necessarily do live music. And I found, I've probably made a list of about 30 or 40 restaurants in Melbourne, and I reckon I got through about 20 of them in terms of contacting them, and I must have got gigs out of 2 or 3 of them that I did regularly then. Actually, 2 of them were word of mouth. So you can see the kind of the numbers, I mean, if I've emailed 20 venues and I've gotten, a gig from 1 out of 20, it's still a gig, and that gig led to other gigs, and 2 other gigs I did in restaurants and stuff like that were actually word of mouth. So that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Going into venues and meeting booking agents or meeting staff there and handing over a CD to give to the booking agents, and then following up on that contact is really important as well. Another really important way to get a gig. So I hope this is really helpful. I'm just going to keep it short today. I'm always at risk of rambling on, so I'm trying to keep them nice and tight. Do you have any more questions? Please comment below if you do. If you're trying to work anything out, anything you can give to a venue, to the booking agent at a venue, to make your band look good, do it. If it's a review on a CD, on a song or something like that, if you happen to make a song, all that stuff's really useful. If you can make a CD and put it on the radio, then contact venues, that's really handy as well. Even if it's just local university radio or something like that. So, and the last thing is if you can't find the details for booking agents at the venues you want to play, ring the venue, speak to the management. They'll always be happy to pass on the booking agent details. So expect to spend a lot of time on this, and taking a lot of notes, and and a lot of time on your phone. My phone's right there. This is like a phone. They're about that big these days. It's a lot of work, but it's the only way to do it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave some feedback, and I'll catch you guys next week. See ya.